Here we are. It's called Cooking with Jeannie. So hello Jeannie.
Hello, how are you today?
Okay, so what have we got in here?
Now we've just put a little bit of dripping to do the pan because we're going to fry the onions.
Righto.
Okay?
So we can use oil or fat or...
Yeah, you can use what, it's
No
just
problem.
to coat the dish.
No
right?
worries. Yep.
Not that they'll stick, but... Oh, we need to heat that up a little bit. I should have had that heating.
Well, that's no good.
Can you stop it?
I'll stick this on YouTube, you know.
You donkey.
You become famous. Jeannie's stew, they'll call it. See, if we used gas, it'd be different. It'd be already hot, but you use electricity.
Yes, all power. The best, cleanest.
And I love your little tea sets up here. That's very 1965. Anyway, what have we got here? We've got some onions chopped up, have we?
Yes,
right.
And some beef cubes.
Right, how many beef cubes?
Two.
Two beef cubes.
This size.
Right, so which size are we looking at there?
They're big.
Righto.
They don't
What
make
else have we
the
got?
little
We've
ones.
got the tiny taters. We've got a couple of tins of baby carrots.
Yeah.
And we've got some Gravox, some Worcestershire, a little bit of Maggi, some salt and pepper, and what's that?
Parsley.
Parsley. And then we've got, what have we got over here?
Plain flour.
Plain flour, and we've got about 500 grams of chopped up eye fillet.
Yes, steak.
Right. Got to
Yep.
use the eye fillet.
Yes.
Okay, so we're ready to go with the cooking process.
I think so.
So here we go. Well, the pan's not that hot, but it'll sizzle in a minute. Right, so we put our chopped onions in first. It's heating up though, it'll probably take a little bit of time. And we get them going. How many onions did you use?
Just one big one.
Right.
But you can have more if you like it.
Okay. Yeah, we've got no heat in the pan, mate.
Oh, it'll be there, baby.
All right.
I never thought to have that heated,
No problem.
but it will.
And what do we do? Look at it, it's starting to go now. What do we do after we saute the onions?
Then we put in the meat,
Yep.
and while the pan's hot, and just stir the onions into the meat.
Righto.
Then we sprinkle on Gravox and plain flour, and that's the important part. It
Right.
must be coating all the meat properly.
Righto.
One of the cooks many years ago said that's the important part.
Right. Well, we've got the sizzle going now, have we?
Yes, the sizzle is going.
Right, we've got the sizzle going.
You don't really need to fry them a lot because they'll cook in the meat anyway.
Yep.
Okay?
Right. So how many onions did you say again?
Just one big one, but you can put more or less, whatever.
Right. It smells all right. I know that much.
That should be enough to get them.
Yep. Right, we've turned the heat down a bit.
Yes.
And in goes the eye fillet. We don't use any of that other rubbish, do we?
And the eye fillet has to have all the fat and that taken off it.
Yep. So we mix that around, do we?
Yes, we mix the onions and the meat sort of browning a little bit in the heat of the pan.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
And when that's all sort of coated like that, now the Gravox and flour, I can't tell you how much. All I do is get the plain flour and more or less just cover,
Right, so
because this is the thickening for the gravy.
right, so it's plain flour. Yep.
Plain flour sprinkled,
Right.
and then grey box. That one's nearly finished. Do the same with the grey box, because that's the flavour.
Right.
That's nearly enough, I think.
Right.
Now, this you have to mix. This is the important part.
Okay.
All the flour and grey box has got to go into the meat and coat it.
Right. Can I put a bit of red wine in there?
If you wish.
What about the kids?
Oh, that won't hurt them. Now, when you put
Right.
it back on there, I put this one on a lower heat. That
Right.
when I finish doing, I put it onto there to simmer.
Right.
Okay?
So right now we've got that. That's what it's supposed to look like. Sort of coated meat
Onions.
with some onion with some flour and grey box on them.
That's right.
What do we do now?
Now, we put in water. I use the water from the tin of carrots
Right.
because
whack that
it's a
in.
vegetable water.
Right.
And then stir that because it will thicken.
It's looking all right.
Yeah, it's starting to thicken now, and when it does, it needs more water.
Yep.
And I use the water out of the tin potatoes.
Right.
We need a little bit of that because it's going. And only put a bit of water at a time because you don't want it swimming. Because if it is, you've got to thicken it more. So just put a little bit and you'll know by feeling it that it's thickening, see?
Yep. Looking pretty good.
But see, that's like mud. So it needs more water.
You could put mushrooms in there, couldn't you? And anything
You can
want.
put anything in there, capsicums, beans, peas, anything you want to.
Yep.
You can add to it, but this is the basic. See, it's getting very thick now. It's very, very easy and very tasty.
When do we put in our beef cubes?
In a minute,
Right.
they can go in perhaps now.
Okay. So we've got 2 beef cubes. They're going in.
Broken up.
Right.
Now we put that, turn the other one off and go over to the simmerer one. It's still a little bit thick because we got to add the Magic and the Worcestershire. Now I can't tell you how much of that either. You can use what you like. And the Worcestershire. Just taste it and see if you like it, and if you want more you just pop a little bit more in.
Right.
And some pepper and salt, just a bit, not a lot. Oh, and a bit of parsley. Parsley is good for your blood. I know you hate it, but, oh darling, undo that for me, please.
Well, how can I video and do that at the same time? You just hold.
I'll hold it.
There
Thank
you.
you. Oh, it's got a break.
Look out. Hold it again.
That's it. And this is good for the children's blood and for everybody's blood. And you never know it's there because you mix it in. And it just disappears in there. Now that basically is it.
Yep.
Now you can add whatever you want to it. I put in the carrots. You can have less or more, it's up to you. And then pop in your potatoes. Just give it a stir. And if you want other things in it, you just add what you would like in it and then just simmer it. I do it on about number 5 or 6 and I just let it simmer for about an hour, hour and a half, maybe longer. Just taste the meat and make sure it's nice and soft. And that is my stew.
Good on you.